So we're joined today on Highland League Weekly by a man who's now retired, but a man of many clubs in North football, starting off at Inverness Cally Thistle and going on to numerous spells with Huntly, spells at Peterhead, Devon Vale, Turriff United, Vermartin United, Banks of Dee and Inverurie Locos as well. It is Gary McGowan. He's the latest person to be taking on our Fantasy 5's challenge. So starting off, Gary, run us through the 5 guys you've picked that you played with.
Okay, no problem at all. So the guys that I've played with in goals, I've went for Kevin Main. I'm sure a lot of people would pick Kevin. He's one of the best keepers the league's probably seen. Played with him at Turriff. I was very lucky to have a good few seasons with him, and yeah, Mainzer's one of the good guys. He's a wonderful goalie, wonderful guy. So he gets the nod in goals. I did deliberate whether to just have a team full of attackers. I wasn't even going to put in a goalkeeper, but I thought we better have some sort of defence in it. So I've put Craig McEwen in. Played with Craig at Fort Martin. Also played with him when we were kids at Colney Park. But Big Craiger could probably play up front. He could play in midfield. He's a bit of a Rolls Royce of a player, to be fair. So in 5-a-sides as well, you want boys that've got a bit of ability on the ball, and Big Craiger's definitely got that. So we've got him. Russell Guild. Played with Russell at Huntly for many a years. Still very good friends with him just now, so he gets the nod. But Gildy again was elegant as they come. Absolutely wonderful footballer. Could have definitely played at a higher level. Absolutely outstanding, and another very, very good guy, so he gets the nod. Mike McKenzie. Mike McKenzie I played with at Devon Vale and Turriff, and Mike genuinely, like, I was lucky enough to play at Cally, at Peterhead. Mike could well be the best player I've ever played with. He was absolutely phenomenal, just an unbelievable footballer. You could draw a better man than Mike. He doesn't look like a footballer, that's for sure, but absolutely outstanding ability, yeah. So he gets a nod. And the last one was quite difficult because I could have probably picked 10, 15, 20 players quite easily, but I went with Dennis Winus. Played with Dennis as a kid at Cally. Well, I was a kid at Cally, and then in the later years of Dennis's career, he came to Huntly, and he was still absolutely brilliant. I remember the Dennis Winus shuffle, and I used to, when I was at Cally, I used to watch him and just think, how does he even do that? He was an unbelievable player. Another great guy as well. I've picked a lot of guys that I like. So that's the 5 that I've played with. A pretty decent team.
Aye, very good team. Mike McKenzie's seems to be becoming a favourite of this as well. He's had a lot of picks in the time we've been doing it. But moving on to the guys you played against, Gary, run us through those 5.
Yep, again, I could have picked literally 20 guys, but in goals I went for Stuart McKenzie from Cove. Well, he's at Peterhead now, but he was another just 9 out of 10 most weeks. Never really had many mistakes in him. Very good kicker of the ball, and just always thought, yeah, you'd be doing well to score against them in games. So yeah, Stuart would be the goalkeeper. Again, I've kind of tried to make it even. I've went for a defender. I've always thought of players that I just hated playing against, and Eric Watson was probably the number 1 pick out. I'm not quite sure how he'd be on the 5-a-sides, if I'm honest. But you certainly wouldn't want to go near him because he just used to kick. I won't swear, but he was quite a tough opponent, that's for sure. So Big Eck can get the nod in there. Went with Tommy Wilson. Tommy, again, was a bit older when I was just coming into the league, but I know Tommy really well now. I was lucky enough to play under him, but he was an absolutely unbelievable footballer as well. Really, really good player, streetwise player, just great ability, great passing. So yeah, Tommy gets the nod. Xander Sutherland from, well, he was at Brora, Bucky. Xander was some player as well. I mean, he did play at Cali, but he was probably wasted in the Highland League. He was an absolute, match winner on a lot of occasions. Always enjoyed watching him play. So, and last player in that other team is Connor Gethins. Again, very good friends with Connor. Got a lot of time for him. I actually played with him, but I played against him obviously a long time as well. And when he was at Nairn especially, he was just the goals that he scored was absolutely incredible. He was actually, when I was at Cali, he was at Ross County when we were growing up, and he was in the first team quite early. He was always destined to be a top player, and as I say, he's a great guy. So yeah, Connor gets a nod.
Excellent. Well, that's another cracking side you've picked there, Gary. And the key question, which we always ask before we finish, is if those two teams played in a 5-a-side, who would win?
Honestly, genuinely hand on heart, you would have to flip a coin, because I would maybe say the guys that I've played with, purely for Mike McKenzie, because Mike McKenzie on a 5-a-side, on an 11-a-side park, he was incredible, but on a 5-a-side, good luck getting the ball off him. It was just stuck to him with glue. So I'd probably say it would be very close, but I think the first team would just edge it possibly.